Hey guys, it's Chris from Electric Rides. A crisp November day. It's been snowing, it's been cold the last few days here in Utah, and so I realized that winter is coming and it's time to try to drain some juice from your e-bike batteries for the storage times. I'm still going to try to ride during the winter times when it's not too cold or not too snowy and wet, but definitely don't want to store them for too long. I've been kind of been bad at that lately, where I have like 5 batteries now and they're all sitting at 100% waiting for me to ride, and I just never get around to riding. And so I'm going to try to actively keep them at a good rate, 80 to 70%, and store them that way, and then charge them up if I want to ride. But most of my, 2 out of my 3 bikes have dual battery setup. My RadExpand that I'm on right now, as well as the Rad Runner. Has two batteries on it. So even if I keep them at 70, 80%, when I'm just storing them, I still have plenty of juice if I do decide to ride. Whew, chilly today. It's been in the 30s. Time to break out the winter gloves and get some more sweatpants on or something. But yeah, I've just really been bad at the battery storage kind of situation on my bike, so I'm going to be conscious of it. And I was looking at investing into a higher end battery charger that lets you set the battery percentage that it can charge up to, but they're pretty expensive, like $200 to $300 for a battery charger, when a battery itself can be $200 to $300 if you just get one of those UPP batteries, or unit pack power batteries. Speaking of which, they reached out to me and let me know that windy. One of the sales guys reached out to me from Unit Pack Power and let me know that they have a specific Rad Power Bikes 52 volt or 48 volt battery that they're selling now, that looks like it'll fit in the same Rad Power Bike tray. Obviously a little bit different size of battery. So it might not fit if you have a bike that has like an enclosed kind of battery tray, kind of like the RadExpand does. Some of the older models did. Like the old step-through Rad Rovers. But everybody else, like the Rad Runner, Rad Runner, Rad Runner Plus, the Rad Minis, those should be no problem. Whew, it's a little cold. Yeah, so I wanted to check those out. They let me know about them, but they said I couldn't have one. I would have bought one, but I'm not really in the market at the moment for a battery. I added a second battery to this RadExpand, but I only did that because I had an extra Rad Power Bike battery when I'm not using my Rad Runner. I wasn't in dire need for a new one. I have been kind of itching to get a 52 volt just because of the slightly more range, more watt hours, and slightly more faster speed that you can get out of 52 volt system. But that's just a want, not a need. This is my first official ride on the RadExpand since I added the second battery system, and it's working pretty well. No complaints, no problems. Nice smooth ride. How you doing? Pretty sure he had a Rad Rover, an old Rad Rover 5. Couldn't tell what the other person had. I'm not going to be doing much pedaling on this trip because the whole point of the trip is to drain the batteries. If I start pedaling, then that'll slow down the battery drainage. I'm trying to do other things to drain the batteries, but it's hard to do. Like turn on the bike, turn the headlight on, pull the brake lever so the brake tail light is on. What about these LEDs? Headlights, the lighting on most e-bikes is really low amps, low voltage. And they're LED anyway, so LED in general doesn't take a lot of juice. So there's no real way I'm gonna get any major battery drain by just keeping the headlights on. And then the bike times out after a while anyway. After 5 minutes or so, it turns itself off. So other than trying to prop it up and turn on walk mode or something like that to get the motor going, but I just don't want to do that because then the motor's going, and what if whatever is propping up falls over and the bike goes flying and into a wall or a person? I don't want to do that. But yeah, I tried plugging my phone into the unit pack power battery that I have because it has a USB port on it, and so you can charge a device, but that times out anyway too. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. I think that little charger is more for looks than it is for actual utility. I plug something into it and it doesn't recognize it at the unplug it, plug it back in, unplug it, plug it back in. And then when it starts charging, it only charges for like 10 seconds and then it stops. So I'm like, whatever. Yeah, the RadExpand is a little nimble little bike. I really like it. I wish it had suspension, since it can be a little rough. So I've been looking into getting maybe a suspension seat post at the very least. Do it that way. Get some rear suspension in here. But I don't know. I'm still pretty young, so I can take the bumps, I guess. It's a beautiful autumn day. Clouds covering the sky. Not a lot of people on the trails. Everybody's being a little bit smarter than I, apparently. $19. No bumper, dude. What else has been new? Yeah, I've been looking into doing some other mods. You know, you got the itch. The battery, the second battery mod on this RadExpand just was too short. You know, it was pretty straightforward. I got the battery adapter from Green Bike Kit, I think it was, and slapped on the extra tray. You know, I had to paint it and, you know, form it and stuff like that, the little bracket that it's sitting in. But then after all that, it was pretty straightforward. You know, you zip tie some wires. I still have some wire management I need to make it at least look presentable, but for the most part, it's a real simple process. I'll make a video on it. I'd release the other second battery, or how to add a second battery video on. It seems like a lot of people are watching it, so that's good. But yeah, I was gonna make a follow-up video of just detailing how the process of what I did on the RadExpand. But it was just too short. Like, it was, I like modding my e-bikes. It was just one of those things that I was having a lot of fun doing and figuring out how I was going to do things, and then it was just like, before you knew it, it's over. And so I've been looking on maybe adding. Wow, there's dark tint on that. Maybe adding maybe a more powerful motor, either to this bike or my Rad Runner. It's kind of got to a point where I'm not sure how much more I want to mod my Rad Runner, especially with speed, since it is a hardtail, and like you can only do so much to a you can only do so much to a economy e-bike as opposed to like a premium e-bike, like a Super 73 or I don't know, something that's just higher end, something that has you know, a rear suspension, something that's good quality, and that you won't feel like you're headed for disaster if you're going anything over 30 miles per hour. which I feel like if I add any more speed to my Rad Runner, it's going to be kind of like on that brink of, am I going too fast on a bike that's not been made to go this fast? Especially with the rear suspension. The forks, the suspension forks on those are just the basic bare bones forks. There's no rear suspension. The fat 20-inch tires. Like, you kind of want to get a little bit slimmer tires if you're going for faster speed, kind of like the Onyx or the like Huck cycles, or I guess Spark has fat tires, but some of the other ones that have faster speed, like the Surons, have slimmer tires, just handle the speed a lot better. So it's kind of like, well, how much more money do I want to sink into the Rad Runner, or just suck it up and get something that's already faster out the gate, like a Suron or an Onyx, or maybe not spend that kind of money, but something, you know, that's just higher quality, that I have a better platform for. The Rad Runner is a good platform for like adding a second battery and maybe upgrading the motor just a hair, but anything more than that, you don't want to go too far. But yeah, I've been looking into that, just testing the waters and feeling out what's out there.
Speaking of which, that would be a great segue. I've recently received a new e-bike, so I'll be releasing a hands-on review of that bad boy in the near future. I realized that I haven't uploaded a ton of new videos in a while, so I appreciate your patience and really value everyone who is sticking in there and waiting for new videos to be uploaded. Besides that new e-bike hands-on review, I have some other videos in the works as well. I've also heard that there's some new unannounced e-bike releases in the near future from a few of the major e-bike companies, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they have in store. Hopefully I'll be able to make some stat review videos showcasing those as well. I guess it depends on what comes out, I suppose. Regardless, thank you for sticking in there and watching to the end of this video. I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again, and as always, keep riding.